Hello and welcome to Time Out. I'm your host Josh.
And I'm Dan. And let's see what's coming up on today's show.
We got to have a sneak peek inside a real medical room. Then we have our expert lifesavers on the show teaching us how to do CPR. After that, we're going to put speed and power to the test in a special bike versus car race. And we're going to teach you how to make your very own delicious Rice Krispie treats.
But first on today's show, I want you guys at home to meet some super important people that have a super important job.
We have medical lifesavers Ellie and Richard here today to tell us about what they do. Welcome, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Ellie and this is Richard. We're advanced first aiders for St John Ambulance.
We have a very important job which involves making people feel better.
Well, that sounds like a very tough job.
Definitely, and here at Time Out, we were lucky enough to have a tour inside the medical room to see what they get up to.
Let's take a look.
We are in the St John's medical room now and we're joined by Ellie, who is an advanced first aider. Would you like to tell us a bit about what you do?
Hi guys, so I'm Ellie and I help people feel better when they're sick.
This is our OBS kit and we're going to use a SATS probe on you. It goes on your finger and we press the button.
Okay, so how does this work?
So this sends light through your fingers and it tells us how much oxygen is in your blood and also how fast your heart is beating. This is a temperature probe. We use it to see how warm your body is and if we should worry that you're too cold. This is a blood pressure cuff. I need you to put your hand in here.
All right.
Then the cuff is going to inflate.
Okay, and how long does this usually take?
It takes about a minute and it's going to tell us how full your veins are with blood.
Okay.
So your blood pressure is 105/50. That's really good. This is a bandage. You put the nice big square over where you're bleeding and then you just wrap it around to keep it nice and tight. We have lots of these in the first aid kits. They're light and you can take them anywhere.
Well, that was really interesting, but is there anything else you can teach us?
Yeah, why don't I teach you CPR?
Well, that would be great.
Back to you in the studio.
Now that was super interesting, but we aren't done learning yet because Ellie and Richard are going to teach you guys at home how you can also save a life by teaching us CPR.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're not putting yourself in any danger. So look around the person that you found unconscious or on the floor and make sure there's nothing that's going to hurt you. You then want to check to see if the person is responsive. This means that you shake them on the shoulders and call out to them.
Hello, can you hear me?
You can also use their name if you know it. If the person doesn't respond, you need to get help fast. So you should shout out for help from an adult and also call an ambulance. Once you've done that, you then move on to helping them further. First, you open their airway by putting a hand on top of their chin and fingers underneath a hand on top of their forehead and fingers under their chin to tilt their head back. Look in their mouth and see if you can see anything, but don't try and take it out. You then tilt your head to the side, put it by their mouth and feel for any breaths, listen for any breaths and look at their chest to see if you can see it rise. If they aren't breathing in the 10 seconds that you spend looking, you need to start CPR. Take one of your hands, get the heel of your hand and place it on their chest in between their nipples. Then place your other hand on top, interlock your fingers and bring your whole body forwards over them. You then want to press down as hard as you can onto their chest. You do this 30 times to the tune of Baby Shark. Baby Shark, do 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 do, Baby Shark, do 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 do. When you've done this 30 times, you then give 2 rescue breaths. You pinch their nose, tilt their head back and breathe into their mouth twice. Then you continue doing CPR, then 2 rescue breaths until help arrives.
Great. Thank you so much for that, guys, and I've learned so much. Now, part of being a lifesaver is make sure you need to get places on time.
And did you know that they don't just use ambulances, they also use bikes?
A bike? I wonder which one's faster.
Well, lucky for you, Dan, we put it to the test. Let's take a look.
What's the challenge?
Well, medics use all types of vehicles when they're going to people, including bikes and cars.
Okay.
So I thought we should do a race.
Okay.
I'm in a car, you're in a bike, see who gets there first.
Okay.
Awesome.
Make sure you guys are wearing helmets when you're on bikes.
Is this an Uber for Josh?
Thank you.
The aim of the game is to get from one side of Eaton Park to the other, whilst doing it as quickly as possible and safely.
you know that the first ever bike was invented in 1885?
Oh, hello.
Dan, you're here already?
I am. I won.
Ah,
Yeah, I was on a bike too.
I was in a car.
Yeah, well, I did take a shortcut through the park, but
Now that you mention it, we did have to stop multiple times and
yeah. Well,
traffic lights and things.
yeah, that's why bikes are good. You can get to places that cars can't, and sometimes quicker.
Well, there you go.
You learn something new every day.
You do indeed. Back to you in the studio.
Gosh, that looked like hard work. But I wanted to give it a try. And not only do lifesavers have to pedal their bikes, but they also have to think clearly about what they need to do. So I'm going head to head with Ellie to test it.
Let's do it.
Right, we've got our helmets on, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see who gets it right.
What is the fastest land animal in the world?
Cheetah.
What is the biggest organ in your body?
Skin.
What does KPH stand for?
Kilometers per hour.
What colour is named after a fruit?
Orange.
What is the biggest bone in your body?
Femur.
What animal goes woof?
Dog.
What are the main 5 senses of the body?
Smell, sight, taste, touch, hearing.
What do caterpillars turn into?
Butterfly.
What number do you call for an ambulance?
999.
What does BPM stand for?
Beats per minute.
When you mix red and blue, what colour do you get?
Purple.
Lovely. And how many continents are in the world?
7.
Time's up. That's all you've got. And Ellie, you were the winner of today's race, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Ellie, and thanks for racing with me. Now, after all that exercise, I'm very hungry, and Dan is thankfully making me a snack in the kitchen. So let's see what he's getting up to.
I'm going to show you how to make some crunchy Rice Krispie treats for you to try at home. All you'll need is a bowl, a mixing spoon, baking tray lined with parchment paper, a microwave, 400 grams of Rice Krispies, 200 grams of melted marshmallows, and a responsible adult, of course.
Hey, Dan.
Hello, Josh. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. Where do we start?
So, what we first want to do is pour our Rice Krispies into the bowl.
Okay.
So once they're all in there, just try and spread them out as much as you can. Then you're going to get these lovely melted marshmallows.
Ooh.
And we're just going to try and pour them the best we can into the bowl.
Yeah, it's a bit sticky.
It's sticking to my hand. But you've got to try and get as much in there as you can. Say we have that much. What we're going to then do is, if we can unstick ourselves, we're then going to just try and mix these melted marshmallows and try and get as much Rice Krispies onto the melted marshmallows as possible.
Sure.
So once we kind of got like a good consistency, we're then going to clear the space, get our baking tray, and then pour our mix onto the paper. Obviously, trying to get as much on there as possible.
Of course, yeah.
And then we're going to make sure that we try and get as much of an even spread as possible. Obviously, this isn't the greatest, but we put them in the fridge for 3 hours.
Okay.
Sit them in, and you get these lovely Rice Krispie treats.
Now
at the
those
end.
look
They
amazing.
Look amazing. Would you like to try?
I would love to. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Wow.
Mmm.
They are amazing.
Well done, Dan.
Thank you.
Incredible. Now, we wanted to say a quick thank you for all the drawings you guys have sent in. It's always fantastic to see what you guys have made. This week we've got a lovely sheep from Emily.
That
age
is
4.
an amazing sheep, isn't it?
Lots of detail. So talented. I can do that.
What about over there? Who we
Alex
got?
has got a crocodile here. Fantastic.
Alex, age 10. That is an amazing crocodile.
Definitely.
But what caught my eye has to be Ella. Age 4. Can you believe it? And look at that drawing. That is just amazing.
Just showing the importance of family.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more.
If you'd like your drawings featured in next week's episode, be sure to have your guardian send them in with the hashtag timeout.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute blast.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.